We are back in the land of the free, home of the brave. Danny Ricardo's home race, and Danny is back to race in Austin, Texas at the Circuit of the Americas. It's episode 123 of the Eden Asphalt Podcast. Well, buddy, we're back stateside. First time in a while that you and I haven't gone to the race here in the old US of A. Do you miss it? You miss those 2.5 hour lines to get into the line, to get into the third line of getting into the coda?
Head in the bus, then you get the bus to another area, and the other area, you got to walk to the other area, and it's really hot.
Yeah.
A lot of walking.
Yeah.
You can't, we didn't get the greatest seats. Dude, I miss it every day.
Yeah. I had a buddy ask me, he was like, "Hey, are you going to be at Coda again this year?" And I'm like, "No." And saying no gives me so much joy in my heart that I'm not actually going to have to deal with it. I like seeing fast cars. I don't like waiting, I guess, traveling a total of like 6.5 hours, and paying a $250 Uber just to see fast cars. I'm a casual. Yeah. What can I say?
It's kind of like golf for me. I would like to see the Friday, Saturday, the free practice is fun. You know, you're like, all right, not that crowded. You can get in some decent seats. You can watch whatever. But when it comes to race, it's packed. We're like sitting kind of like hidden behind a bleacher and like poking over, trying to see cars. I'd rather be like, I don't know who's winning. There's no board near us. So we have no idea. Wi-Fi is not there, no service. So, yeah, I'd like to just be in my home, be able to watch all 20 drivers race and know where everyone is and what the order is. So, call me a casual as well, I guess.
Yeah. We're doing a really good job at
Yeah, the Formula One's going to be pumped. I mean, like, thanks for hyping us up.
Doing a great job at that. All right, this episode should be pretty quick here. We got news, gambling paddock, Grand Prix view, country fun facts, and race predictions. Let's get right into it. All right, let's talk a little bit about the news. First off, happened pretty recently, so worth talking about here. Netflix is going to pair with the Professional Golf Association and for F1 drivers to do kind of a live match play event. It's going to be in Las Vegas. Netflix's first live sports event show on November 14th at the Wynn Golf Club. I'm excited to see this one. You see Carlos and Lando always talking about who's the better golfer, kind of like throwing jabs at each other. I think everybody in Formula One, it's precise enough sport where it's like you're probably somewhat decent at golf. But yeah, this is going to be a kind of, I've been getting into golf too recently, and I think this is going to be an entertaining one. Your face is telling me that it's not.
No, I think I am excited for it. When you said that, precision, all this stuff, we did see these guys try to throw a baseball and a football. Like we saw most of these guys when they came to US try to do hand-eye coordination, and it was a pretty tough watch. Basketball, none of the American sports that came to play. So I'm thinking more still hand-eye coordination could be an issue. I was, kind of doing some digging more about this. So it's going to be Albon, Gasly, Norris, and Sainz are the 4 drivers competing. Ricky, Homa, Max Homa, Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas are the golfers. It's going to be 4 pairs of teams, 8-hole match. The top 2 advance to the final battle to win the inaugural Netflix Cup title. So this is going to be Netflix's first live sporting event. They're trying to get into the kind of live sports thing. This is the first event. Obviously, Drive to Survive, super popular, Full Swing, similar thing, but in golf form, popular. So I think they're trying to kind of have those relationships with both of these sports, trying to bring them together. I was thinking, obviously, Sainz is a pretty good golfer. Norris has gotten better, it seems like. I haven't seen anything Gasly being much of a golfer. He seems like someone that is relatively athletic. Albon, I was like, yikes. But I will have to say his girlfriend is in the LPGA. So maybe it's she's giving them some lessons. So maybe that we've seen the match a couple of different times from a bunch of different people, and seeing some of those guys that have been playing golf for a long, long time really suck. I think this could be kind of a painful watch for a couple holes, a couple of these drivers.
Yeah, and they got to have good banter. We just need to have good back and
Dude,
forth. And I don't know if they're like quick enough to be like comedians on the golf course. That's what
yeah.
you need, and I don't know if we're gonna get that.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad they're trying it. I'm glad I'm like the live event that's kind of exciting for Netflix and stuff. So I'm excited for it. I am skeptical, or like I'm coming in just a little bit reserved, which I should be, because if I came and be like, this is the next new thing, I feel like I'd be like, I'm a fool.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, moving right along to our next. Speaking of Carlos Sainz, saw a funny video of him in a nightclub, just making out with some girl. Just like came in, he was just talking off to the side, and then he just saw him come in, mouth wide open. Just always fun to see like drivers in the like off the track, unnatural habitat. Perez and Hamilton constantly, we've seen those videos of them going out partying, getting hammered. It's always just funny to see like these top of the line athletes partying.
Yeah, I mean, this at least he doesn't have a wife. Sergio Perez did the same thing, and he got in a bunch of trouble. But Carlos Sainz,
Yeah.
no trouble, dude, just because he doesn't have a ring on his finger.
Yep.
All right, and speaking again of Carlos Sainz, this is a heavy Carlos
This
Sainz.
is a Carlos Sainz episode. Yeah.
We might have to get I might have to start thinking about that for my race predictions. We have sprint weekend again this weekend. And Carlos Sainz went on a popular or not a popular, went on a podcast just to say, no other podcasts are popular other than this one. But he was talking about like the idea to do, if we were going to keep doing sprint weekends, do like a reverse championship order grid. I think we've talked about this before, like last year, maybe. That seems like the only way to really deliver on like what the point of sprint race weekends are, just to have like condensed, action-packed. Like imagine Max starting from P20 every time there's a sprint
Yeah.
race, and he's got to go around everybody, and everyone else that's in front of him is also trying to go around. Like there would be such crazy overtakes. I think this is just such a no-brainer and spot on by Carlos.
Yeah, I agree. And I do think that like I do love the sprint weekends. Like there is just events all the time. It's just a lot. You have your sprint quals, you have your quals, your sprint quals, your sprint, then the race. So like it's just a lot going on. Taking away one of those and just having quals Friday, your sprint Saturday with the reverse order, and then moving on. So 3 big things. I think it's perfect. So I am fully all in favor for this.
Yeah, love it.
All right, moving on. So I saw a couple rumors a couple weeks ago with obviously the Wrexham boys coming in and investing in Alpine. Saw some stuff where like the US side of the Alpine like investment ownership and French groups like kind of button heads. Shocker that the US and French don't get along. But now, what better way to fix it than bring in more US investors? Not just US, but we have a bunch of different athletes from a bevy of different sports, including Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Rory McIlroy, Anthony Joshua, the boxer, Trent Alexander, and Juan Mata, soccer players. Invested around $200 million back into Alpine. I think that was around the same investment that the Wrexham guys did as well. And I think this actually plays into kind of side tangent, going into the whole Andretti not being like getting into the teams, the $200 million buy-in valuation from the 200 million, 24%. It's about $900 million valuation. So they're saying, hey, if you want to buy in, it has to be around 900 million. Get it in that respect. Because I think they made this deal in 2020 before Drive to Survive came in and kicked everything like way up. So that's kind of where they're saying these valuations of these actual like real life instances of showing what the valuation of these teams are. And they're like, hey, 200 is just not enough. So going back to the actual Alpine investors, I like it. I love seeing just popular people. I think it helps with their team's popularity, being like, oh, this guy owns the team or is part of the team. I'm going to start rooting for them. I'm sure if there wasn't Kansas City Chiefs fans that like had a F1 team to care about or wasn't really into F1, if they are going to get into F1, it's going to be with Alpine. So like I think this is just easy way for them to get more eyes on the car, on the team, and just overall improve the team, more money for them.
Yeah, I mean, more money is always a good thing, but like, yeah, when you can bring in fans, when there are people just like there are with any like celebrity that's just like whatever this person likes or whatever this person does, I'm 100% bought in, 100% invested. Like I'll follow them to the ends of the earth. So yeah, why not do it with a French car manufacturing team that is just kind
Dude,
of random, but why not take them on as
yeah.
fans?
Dude, it's smart buyout team. I think a lot. They bring in the Wrexham guys, all this like Canada, US part of it. I mean, like the Wrexham, the like European base. And then they're like, fuck it. We're going to cover so many different sports, so many different athletes that come in. The more the merrier. So I like it. Like, I don't know how many other like teams. I know their main investors are a big portion of their investors. Stroll, that's it. Toto, that's it. So I like having fun people I can root for. And seeing them in the stands, rooting for the teams in the garage when they can will be cool.
Yeah. Red Bull's got to one up them. And I feel like the only way to one up them is to get like either more like celebrities or just start getting like, I don't know, like politicians. Dude, imagine if Trump's just a Red Bull fan. I feel like, dude, Trump as a Red Bull fan fits pretty well.
Yeah, no, that I mean, I feel like that Helmet Marco would be like, yeah, you're my boy. They would get along very well.
Speaking of which, dude, Helmet Marco looking like he might have a bit of an ouster from Red Bull. I don't think they want him around anymore. I don't know really why. I think it might just be conjecture, but it seems like if there was ever a time for someone's job to be on the hot seat, you'd think it wasn't when, they just won the drivers championship and the constructors championship. Seems like they want him out though, based off rumors.
I've seen so many back and forth rumors on this, and it is interesting the fact that like I saw the mark that was how it all started. Max thing apparently rumors came if they can helmet Marco, he's gone. Then there was rumors that the new owner after the Red Bull owner died earlier this year talked to Helmet. We're like, I have trust in you, and then like Horner's spot and position came into question. So I think there's just a whirlwind of things going on. I don't think I believe any of it, to be honest. I think they might have had like a little disagreement and then like some words were said or someone took things the wrong way. I think they're going to be both there, especially if the Max thing is true. If Marco's gone, I'm gone. Marco's not leaving. So it has been a very, like the real principles of Red Bull going at it right now.
Yeah, love it.
All right. Speaking of owners and investors, Lawrence shockingly is reporting considering selling Aston Martin to a Saudi fund. I'm guessing with valuations high, he's going to have a great return. He's a great businessman, and like he runs his team, he just doesn't run it well, and then he sells it for a profit. Good for him. But this is the ultimate. I'd rather sell this team than admit that my son sucks at this sport and I have to fire him.
Yeah. What if he just like sold it publicly? It was just like, I'm going to sell undisclosed amount. And it's really just like a 10% stake. And then once Lance gets the boot, then he's just like, oh, well, these new owners like had to come in. It's like Lance is like, Dad, how much did you sell the team? Like what percentage? And he was like, enough for you to.
I'm out. It's out of yeah. If he does like 49 or if he sells 51% or however, where he's not a majority stakeholder and he's like, hey, I'm gonna sell it, and then like whispers like, get rid of my son. And then like he's like, look, I'm like a minority investor. There's nothing I can do. That might be the smartest play he could do. Where he's like, I still want to make money, watch this team grow, but I can't be like breaking my son's heart like this, even though you should.
Yeah. Speaking of broken hearts, Oscar Piastri only needs 27 more points to break the hearts of the Lewis Hamilton fans on Twitter by officially establishing himself as a better rookie than Lewis Hamilton. You might say, oh, Lewis won like a championship or whatever in his rookie year. Doesn't matter. Scoreboard. Look at the points.
Points, dude. Number of races doesn't matter. Points, dude. It's adjusted for inflation. It is.
Adjusted for inflation is a great argument, dude. Inflation's
You're a fucking idiot, dude.
going crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So we're fine. Piastri's the best. So I get it. And then last thing, sticking with McLaren, they hired a really hard looking lady to drive in this new series. It's not the W series, but it is a women's series. Is that correct? Is that how I'm interpreting it?
I didn't make it much past just seeing Bianca on the picture, but she's a part of the team. So headline, part of the team.
Part of the team, inclusive, McLaren. We're the best.
McLaren,
Nice.
We love everybody. Not sexist.
Not sexist like these other teams, bastards.
Not like a Ferrari, dude.
Hey, did you see that new movie coming out? Huh? Enzo, the Ferrari movie? Looks sick.
It does.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's move on from our news to our gambling paddock. All right, coming into this weekend, Marco is still stomping my teeth into the dirt. Luckily, I'm betting I'm assuming he's going to keep his word and keep betting against Lando in the top three. Going into this weekend, he's sitting at $405 pre-race. I'm sitting at $358 pre-race. Marco, I'll go first for you. So Lando not in the top three, 7 units, and then what's your second one?
I'll be honest, BetMGM does not have that bet anymore.
I know, I saw that.
I looked. I saw Piastri in there and I considered it, but I was like, if it's not the Lando one, I'm out. Unfortunately, I would have loved to do it though.
Fair.
So going on to my other bets that I wish it should have been 3. It's 2. I actually had 6 bets ready to go, and I said, let's simmer down. So I'm going to do Georgia over Lewis again, plus 110. I'm going to do a half a unit there. And then I'm going to do over 1.5 drivers leading the Grand Prix, minus 250, 2 units.
Nice. So
you just got to think that the leader is going to pit at some point, and they're not 24 seconds behind.
Fair enough. So George over Lewis and over 1.5 drivers leading the Grand Prix. I kind of like that. Someone's going to have to pit eventually. So, hopefully Max.
I mean, it's not great odds, but that's why I have to go 2 units.
As I'm saying that sucks that it's minus 250 just to see. It's basically saying, hey, Max might not have a 28-second gap.
Yeah.
Or he pits first.
Yeah. So
maybe.
But the odds are in their favor that more than 1%. So it won't be. Vegas knows their shit. They're gonna say, hey, someone else is gonna lead this, even if it's for half a lap.
Yeah. Love it. All right. I'm starting off with both McLaren drivers finishing in the top 6. That's minus 210, just 1 unit. I'm gonna say either Hamilton or Russell is going to be on the podium. So just a Mercedes driver on the podium. That's even money at plus 100, 1 unit there. And I'm also going to say Danny Ricciardo over Valtteri Bottas, even money, plus 100, home race, easy money. They spelled Danny Ricciardo's name wrong on his garage. Do you see that?
I did not. That's awesome.
Yeah, they forgot the I. Danny Ricciardo, I think is how you pronounce that. But anyway, This is our get right week, Marco. We've been losing a lot of money, but not this week.
This is where it ends, dude. We're back in the US. The US soil, and I feel it.
All right, let's move from our gambling paddock onto our Grand Preview.
All right, Circuit of the Americas, the US Grand Prix. Sidebar: are they going to keep calling it the US Grand Prix since we have 3 races now?
I think it's got to be like maintain OG status. So
yeah, it's like we were the first movers. I like it. Okay, I'm back. 56 laps around the circuit. Not a lot of laps, but it is a pretty long circuit, 5.5 kilometers, and an even 20 turns. 2 DRS zones. The first one is starting after turn 10, going into a speed trap into turn 12. Second one is going into turn 19 with a speed trap going into turn 1. Like Ian said, we have been to this racetrack a couple times. F1 has been at this racetrack since 2012 minus COVID, and then the contract out until 2026, which I'm assuming is going to get extended. Just a great track in general. When we were there, obviously watching the race isn't great, but there's a lot of other things that go, like non-race things that are just a lot of fun. We saw little person wrestling. There's rides, concerts, like really good concerts. I think like Billy Joel was there, Shaq Diesel was there, and then like you can camp out there. So it's just a lot going on out, in the countryside of Austin. So just have a lot of room to do stuff. Track is cool. And the cool part of it is it did copy a lot of parts of famous tracks. So turns 3 through 6, similar to Silverstone's high speed run through Maggots and Beckett's or the S curves in Suzuka. Turns 12 through 15 mimic Hockenheim Stadium section. So it's a German Grand Prix. that we haven't raced till in 2019. I was looking back on it, just interested in it. Fantastic race, last race, but they have had some financial issues, which is why they have not been on the grid since then. But breaking more down on the track, starting off the track, uphill, bumpy run into a wide turn one, allows for a ton of good overtaking opportunities, goes into the S curves in 3 through 6, like I mentioned earlier. Turn 11 is basically like a hairpin with a very tight angle, which goes into a very long straight into another sharp turn at 12. After that last sector, very technical, slower part of the track, get a big, long sweeping corner into turn 18. And then after a couple almost right angles where it's going to be very important to like brake well, you have the pit straight, very long straight going into the pit. So something also to consider in this race over the past couple of years, certain parts of the track have been resurfaced in certain areas. This year, they added a couple more resurfaces, and there's been some early signs that tires are overheating. Just praying that it's not going to be like a cutter type of thing where we're going to have to restrict tire usage. So something to look out for. It is going to be a little bit warm. So weather, Friday, sunny, high of 94. Saturday, cloudy, high of 92. Sunday, cloudy, high of 87. So it does get a little cooler as you go through the weekend. Not going to be as blistering hot as we've seen in years past as well.
Yeah, that was awesome. Just sweating through your underwear and shorts. Not.
We did overalls. Remember, we did American overalls. Those were really breezy.
That was awesome that we did that.
Yeah, and just walking so fast, trying to run because we ran out of time because it took so long to get there. Sweating.
All right, that's getting PTSD. Let's move on to our country fun facts. Marco, I'll lead off our country fun facts, if you'd like.
Please.
So I'm a bit of a history buff. All right. Yeah, I dug some, I wanted to verify this. And so I went to a lot of different sources. I'm a big library guy, as you know. I like to open books a lot and read and look at the information on the pages.
Yeah.
The US, verified by me, we have never been on the bad guy side of a war, ever. It's crazy, but I checked.
Whoa.
We were the good guys every single time we fought. I read all.
We didn't even get not even a tie. We didn't even get a tie.
No, we were just on the good guy side. Like there was an evil side and then an American side every time, and the American side won every single time. How crazy!
The good guys. So we lost. We didn't lose, and we were on the good side.
Yeah,
we're the good guys and the winners.
The good guys and the winners every single time in every book I read.
Whoa, what'd they say about Vietnam?
I didn't see it. That one wasn't in the library.
What, dude? They ran out of copies of the.
They were like, "Oh,
God, dude,
come back next week."
Yeah, but they're all coming back.
And then also I saw that, get this, in the past over decade, the U.S. has won every world championship in hockey, baseball, football, and basketball.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's sick. Wow.
I saw some haters try to talk about like the World Baseball Classic or whatever. I'm talking about the World Series. And 118 out of 118 World Series won by these guys.
We have some Canadian hockey, good amount, basketball and baseball. So like, it's not like we're just playing each other either, you know?
Well,
everything is all evened out.
Yeah. Also, I also found this in the library. It's a lot of people say like there's no such thing as like American culture or like American food. Like it's just a melting pot of other people's. Get this. KFC, McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's, Burger King, White Castle, and In-N-Out were all invented right here on the star-spangled ground of the United States of America. So
you're welcome.
Sorry about
you. Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Huh? What? Shut up.
Kind of cool. So anyway, those are my facts.
All right, those are awesome, dude. I got me pretty amped about America, actually. All right, my country fun facts. Because we raced 3 times in here, I wanted to get a little bit Texas specific, which is basically a country of itself. Yep. King Ranch, located in Kingsland, it's just a ranch, is larger than the entire state of Rhode Island, covering 1,300 square miles. Massive.
That's crazy.
It's one ranch.
100 miles?
1,300 square miles. So I don't know Like, do you think there's like a fence kind of around that?
Maybe a wall.
Yeah, there should be on the south side. Am I right? Or the north? Come, dude. Come all, right?
Yeah, dude.
All
Oklahoma.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, assholes. All right, next one. Another thing about like melting pot. First frozen margarita machine was invented in Dallas.
And
So
margaritas are pretty American, dude.
we're pretty close. We're very close. Dr. Pepper was also invented in Texas in 1885.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
All right. Well, I'm going to go through a couple more because I kind of got lost today. Texas uses its own power grid separate from the rest of the United States. There's three power grids in the entire U.S. One for the East Coast, one for the West Coast, and then one specific for Texas. That's cool.
That is cool. That
is
you know
sick.
all the time. You know all the times where they were like, "Let's like Texas should secede from the United States and be its own country." If they have a power grid,
I don't know what's stopping them from being able to like, what do we do without these? Yeah. There's only one city named Earth that exists in the world, and it's right here in Texas. Earth, Texas. Texas is larger than any country in Europe. Suck it. Huh? Shut up. All right. And my last one. Texas is the only state to have had 6 different nations rolling over it at various points. Can you name all 6?
Spain.
Bang.
Mexico.
Bang.
Italy.
Nope. You think Italy made their way over there, dude? Yeah, right.
Portugal?
Nope.
No, I was thinking conquerors.
Okay. You left the United States out. That was a big one. That was maybe France. And then the other two are kind of hard. Republic of Texas. Apparently that was a thing. And then the Confederate States of America. Did you see that one? So there's our 6.
You've always said that you thought that was like a real country.
I said 6 different nations rolling over it. That's what I said.
You did.
I think that. Yeah, I did say that. They will not rise again, though. That's what I did say as well.
That goes against what you always say.
Get a couple beers in me. We'll see.
Okay,
no, disavow. That's wrong.
Let's get into our race predictions. All right, race predictions going into the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas at the Circuit of the Americas. Marco's leading me 31-19 as it stands right now. I'll go first with my picks. Crasher DNF, easy, Yuki Tsunoda. I pick Yuki a lot for this one, but I think this time Danny's back. All the focus is on him. We've seen a spicy Yuki recently. Give me Yuki Tsunoda, Crasher DNF. My winner is going to be Lando Norris. Last place, Logan Sargent. Driver of the day, give me Danny Ricciardo. Douche of the day, Sergio Perez. I know I said that he was going to be last place, but my wild card prediction is going to be Logan Sargent in the points, home race. Fastest lap, Sergio Perez. Pole, Sergio Perez. And 3 cars not finishing the race.
All right. I like him. I didn't fill out half of them, so I was pretty good on just winging it right now, and I think I'm going to kill it. All right, here I go. I'm going to go Crasher DNF, Sergio Perez. And then winner, Oscar Piastri. Last place, Logan. Oh, God, there's what I do. Last place is going to be Danny Ricciardo. Driver of the day, Lando Norris. Douche of the day, Logan Sargent. Wildcard prediction, Perez wins. Even though I said he does crash it, DNF. Fastest lap, Lando. Pole is going to be Max. And I'm going to go with 1 car does not finish. I'm not going to get a single one of those. I'm pretty certain.
What'd you say?
I'm going to get one of it. It's going to be my Max one. All the other ones are pretty awful.
Perez winner is not as wild, but I'll give it to you.
Dude, for how he's been doing?
All right.
All right, I'll change it. Hey, do you want me to say Perez not in the points? I'll change it. I'll give it to you. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you.
All right. That should do it. Going into the circuit, going to the USGP, dude. We're home. And that means we don't have to wake up early to watch this race. So
got a couple of races like that coming up, huh? Mexico City.
Mexico, Brazil. That's gonna be tight. Vegas. We're in good shape.
Yeah, this is gonna be nice. Nice little chunk to end the season off too. It's nice.
Man, we're spoiled by this sport.
We deserve it.
We do deserve it. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening as always. And we will see you after the United States Grand Prix.
See you, assholes.
See you, assholes.
leave without saying goodbye?
I used to say I lived my life a quarter mile at a time. And I think that's why we were brothers. Because you did too.